If you look at most marketing today, it's promotion. Buy this, call us, limited time offer. But the businesses that actually build trust in marketing don't lead with promotion. They lead with education. Today, Vic and I are going to talk about why education outperforms promotion and why buyers who understand their problem are the easiest people in the world to sell to. Hey everyone, welcome to another conversation between a marketing guy
and a sales guy.
And today we're going to talk about the problem with promotion first marketing. So Vic, promotion first marketing, it drives the traffic where all we're doing is selling. The marketing department is doing the job of the sales department, but not in a very good way. Just, hey, buy this. And I think a lot of times when marketing sells, it's always a discount. Here's a discount code. Here's, we're having a holiday special or wherever the case might be. And I think that's when marketing tries to do the sales, but it doesn't really add clarity on why someone would want to buy. It doesn't actually build a relationship of having a good lifelong client. It's just make this decision now and you can save money. And that's my view of, when marketing tries to do sales. How do you see it?
Well, there's salespeople who have the opinion, not necessarily me, but some that think a lot of marketing is just a hustle. Now, of course, marketing can say the salespeople are hustling, but at least with the salesperson hustle, and you can define people hustle however you want. It's not a great word. Hustle comes with convincing when a salesperson's doing it. These are all bad things. When marketing's hustling, like you said, Chris, they're going to give you a code for a discount. They're going to get you just in the sales funnel. Trapped, and when I think of a sales funnel trapping people, I just picture a fly landing on that sticky paper. These are not pleasant images that we want in any part of our sales and marketing. But what is it? I'm going to throw it back to you, Chris. You do very thoughtful marketing, strategic marketing. So aren't we solving problems? What do you think buyers want at the end of the day?
I think that's the key. I think that marketing should be helping solve problems immediately, regardless if someone's going to buy from us or not. The concept of us being that trusted advisor, building that trust, being that authority in our space and whatever we're expert at, that leads to stronger conversations later. And if you're trying to build a relationship on a coupon code or a sale because it's Labor Day, which I don't know why everyone needs a new mattress on Labor Day and Memorial Day, but apparently that's the time of the year that you sell a mattress. And your business, whoever you are watching this, you don't want to have those clients. You don't want people that are literally working with you, especially if you have like long-term relationship clients, people that you're gonna see every month or every year, like if you do taxes or whatever the case might be. You're trying to actually build relationships with these people. You don't want to start it off on a discount. I think the worst clients in my past life and every life, working is the ones that don't want to pay you your full rate. When they immediately come in and want to negotiate a price, those are headaches. The one that asks, hey, how do I pay more? Or how do I get more? Those are your best clients. It's very interesting. Not in the sense that they want to pay you. It's because they already trust you to do what you do best and to handle the problems and situations that they're going to trust you to do. So from the marketing side, I think that's what's so important, and is that to not think about the end sale, but think about the end relationship. How can you build this relationship? And stop thinking about, it's not our job as the marketing side to close the deal. Our job is to educate and bring in very good warm leads. And then it's the sales side, even if it's you doing it all your own. If you are doing the marketing material and the sales for your company, there has to be two different ways that you talk to people. And the marketing side has to be more education. And we talked about this on the one episode. If there's anything you can Google, ask AI, and it'll give you that answer, and it's the exact same answer that you would give to your clients, that's not some secret sauce. Just give it out there and use it for your educational content.
I love it. I'm going to grab a few things you said, but I'll start with, I like to be dramatic. And I'll share with my clients, hey, you have two choices in the world of sales. You can live in the land of joy or the land of disappointment. And I don't have to describe how that looks because we've all been in both. But the land of disappointment often starts with marketing trying to make some kind of promise. And I know maybe we're being silly with the coupon code and the discount code, but then again, maybe not. It could be real, and some people watching this are going, oops, tell me more. But if you're an e-commerce site, that's a whole different creature. Place your order now. There's a sales funnel that happens after that. That's a whole other story. But isn't the job of marketing, Chris, and you can nod your head because I have one more point, is to get people curious, right? Okay, so marketing shouldn't try to close a deal, and that's what that code is, that call to action that sales is saying to marketing, hey, where's our call to action? It should sound like this. Hey, we should talk. That's it. That's the next step. Don't buy. We should talk. And then when you have a curious buyer, and I see this pattern all the time with my clients, you're selling AI training. Then you want a buyer who's AI curious. I sell sales consulting and coaching. I want somebody who is consulting and coaching curious. And you have the same thing to say, Chris, for your business. So back to you, I'll ask a question. You know, what from the marketing side should happen before that we should talk step in the process? It's not a coupon code. So can you elaborate more on what it is, Chris?
So I think it goes back to what problems do we solve? I think that's a general thing. Unless you're selling golf carts, which Josh Muller and I went out, we met people that sell golf carts for a living. That's a whole nother area there. But most of us sell a solution to a problem. I sell the solution to the problem where I need to get my voice out there. I need to create content that actually builds up my personal brand and builds up the awareness of what I'm an expert at. You coach on, creating a strategy of how to actually enter a sales conversation and have it with confidence and have control over it. And at the end, know where the conversation's going in a positive direction for you as the salesperson. So we're solving a problem. So you got to think about what problem do you solve? And then you need to look on, let's use your website, for example. You need to look on your website. If all it is trying to close the sale, but it doesn't actually tell you what problems you solve, how you solve them, give them some insight on it. There should be blogs or videos attached on there to solve some problems for free. If all it is buy, and then there's a link, buy now, and that's your website. How many people are buying now? They're already you're not getting anybody new. You're not convincing anybody. Now you're just hoping that somebody is so excited about what you have to offer that they literally are going to click a button without ever having that conversation, which I think most of us, that seems insane. Who would buy something in a professional services area without ever having a conversation? That wouldn't happen. Now, if you're selling a widget or something very simple, that's a whole nother area. And let's be honest, if you're selling individual items like that, this show's not really for you anyway. So let's think about you as the expert. How do you get these people to understand you better? And that's how your marketing, down to your website, down to your social media, everything you put out there should be education based.
Love it. And you use that word. It triggers me. I said it. Now you said it. Convince. Convince is a 4-letter word, which leans back into us being a broken record. But people, please listen. And I have to remind myself of this. You should know your ideal client, prospect, I should say. Ideal, what am I trying to say? Your ICP, your ideal client prospect. And that comes with understanding most likely what their pains are, at least 80%. And then it allows you to know your differentiators. But you don't sell or convince. You get that person into your funnel. And then let's agree, Chris, we'll jump ahead. How's the best way? The theme here is education. The best kind of education doesn't sound like this. Here's why you need my solution. It sounds like this, right, Chris? Is, hey, we recently worked with somebody that sounds a lot like you. Here's how they benefited from this. And at that point, I talk often about a need-want conversion. And when you're able to use case studies as an example, it sounds like this. You already know there's somewhat of a need, but salespeople and even marketing, you're going to see it long before they see it themselves. Now, if they came to you from your website, you're already halfway there. But a lot of salespeople are bringing things into their own funnel. So you will identify the need pretty quickly if they're aligned with that ideal client prospect, for sure. But man, Chris, you know what happens. That salesperson gets excited and they resort to the, oh my gosh, you need me. Here's how it's going to make your life better. And if you're very well behaved, you will pivot to the, here's how someone just like you benefited. But need, want. That middle need is get them to see the need. And you'll see the light bulb go off above their head. And they'll go, wow, I do need that. But now, Chris, you're not the only option. They can go do it themselves, like you said. That answer is out there. So the want conversion from that is getting them to go, I want you to do this for me. And that's really where the sales happens. And again, it's not convincing. So we're back to education, Chris. So how would you put yourself in that scenario, not being a salesperson, you've sold, but you've been sold to badly and well, goodly. How does it feel when somebody is doing it wellly and goodly?
Welly and
no, I'll
goodly.
speak English.
So,
well and good.
No, I like it. I think it's interesting to think about that when you backtrack and you think about what leads somebody into the sales cycle. What kind of content was it? And when it's good. When it's good, it's because the sales team has heard these questions 100 times. It's what comes up every single meeting. And so they answer it publicly because there's no need to make it private. And they put it out there. And there's no fear of like, there's a competitor, other people that can take what we do and do it too. Well, none of us have a monopoly. None of us are the only one. And this concept that, yes, they could do it on their own, but they also could watch YouTube videos and listen to podcasts and learn how to do any job that's out there in the world right now. But they don't have the time, the effort, or energy to actually do that. And most likely they don't want to do that. And even if it's down to, let's use sales training, there's tons of, you could probably look YouTube, watch tons of videos by a lot of people. Maybe some are great at it, maybe some aren't great at it. But at the end of the day, having somebody like you, Vic, hold you accountable. The videos can't hold you accountable. There's no accountability partner there. So it's the same thing. They're going to need you, whatever you're providing, for a reason. And there's different reasons for why you would need that. And some's time, some's accountability, some's I just don't want to do this, some is technology. I see how to do it, but I don't know how to do it. With technologies, I'm baffled by it. So just because you give away the secret sauce, it's not secret, doesn't mean that you're losing people. Actually, what you're doing though is you're eliminating people that are going to bother the sales side anyway. They're going to drill you for more questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? And all of a sudden you become their DIY coach and never make any money. You're eliminating that. You're saying, hey, I already set that up. If you want to watch that stuff, go to my channel. That's as much information I'm willing to give out. If you want to hire us, we'll take it from here to go to the next step. And it's okay. You could be forceful like that in the sales side. You don't have to tell them how you do every little detail. Because honestly, I've never heard of someone hiring somebody that wants to micromanage them. Like, that's ridiculous. If you're going to hire a vendor or a coach or a consultant, you want to go in with an open mind saying, all right, I'm ready to go in. I'm going to trust them. And then maybe there'll be questions along the way. But at the beginning stage there, if they have tons of questions, that's a sign of a very bad client you probably should walk away from anyway.
I love what you said. I'm going to try to quote it. I've never met a client who will pay for something and then micromanage it. But actually, there are. And those are, like a broken record, not your ideal client prospect. And you can figure that out. Or they don't meet why am I butchering this today? I talk about it all day. They're not matching your ideal client profile. Boy, say something 100 times, you'll get it wrong the 101st and the 102nd.
Wasn't there a story about Albert Einstein? He did math. He did like 10 equations. He did 9 correct. He missed 1. It was like 10 times 10. He did it on purpose. He did it wrong, and the class laughed. And he says, "Well, that's only 10% that I got wrong.
Right.
You didn't. I still got 90% right, but you guys obsessed about the 10% I got wrong."
That's it. So people can judge me for that, but anyway, the gist of it is there. But yeah, this is a reminder. A lot of what you're saying too is that reminder of back to the basics and the fundamentals of not everybody's going to be your client. And please don't try, because now we're into that convincing area again. Your true prospect and future client that appreciates what you do, values the education. And you do that by asking questions. You know what you can do for them. And again, you're going to see it, get them to see it, and then determine together is probably a better way to say it, whether they really want what you have to offer. And then and only then does the pricing conversation make sense, right? They may try to bring it up at first, and you shouldn't evade these questions. Go hit the ball back, as I teach, with a question. Well, do you have a budget for something like this? Well, of course I do. Okay, well then, cool your jets. We'll get to that, right? But if they say, I don't know, I'm really concerned about price, they say it not once, but twice, but thrice, then maybe you don't have somebody who values what you do, unless somebody watching this, and it's okay, you are the low-cost provider for what you do. And that's a different kind of conversation, and it's okay, but you still want to get to the substance. What is the problem, Chris, that you have? And let me determine if I'm the solution for it.
Yeah, if there is somebody out there that's the low-cost provider for a service, do everything you can to get out of that seat. Do not be the underbidder. For one, your community of everyone else that does what you do is going to hate you because you're only getting work because you're underbidding them. And two, you're only shortchanging yourself. You're holding it's not going to last. I think about all the people that do real estate videos and photography, for example. They underbid so low that realtors refuse to pay real rates for that content because there's people willing to do it so cheap. And you're creating your own handcuffs of growth. So, but that's a whole nother conversation.
It's back to my broken record concept of the problems you have upstream just get way worse downstream. And that's what's going on there. So,
all right. So to wrap this up, we always like to give you some tips. Walk away. What's our walk away? So my walk away is I need you to go onto your website, look at it, and see if you're trying to convince people to make a sale or you're trying to educate them to become better clients or better at what you're good at. And then are your calls to action, the things that get those people to click, are they book a meeting? Are they, buy now? Or are they download a PDF, sign up for a newsletter? Let's actually work to gain their trust, to earn their pay, for them to pay us. Not just instantly go right in for the French kiss and think we're going to make the sale immediately.
We get so graphic in this show. Dead flies, French kissing. All right, so mine for sales is to challenge the salespeople. Let's assume your buyers are consuming that content and there's that buying interest, and that's why they're clicking. It isn't for the coupon code, right? It's a sincere problem they have. What needs to change in your process, probably in the way you handle a meeting, salespeople, so that you're not coming in and assuming the need or seeing the need and then telling them why they need you. Ask them more about that pain and understand their need. And what it is it becomes less explaining, more decision making. And I personally know I've walked away from the best sales meetings, I'm going to put that in quotes, sales meetings, going, wow, I never talked once about what we really are doing. But the questions that I asked demonstrated it all without me having to do a lecture like I just did. So we're done here.
All right.
This was fun.
This has been fun. We'll catch you on the next video. And make sure you subscribe so you get notified when new videos come up.